Tell us why you were influenced to follow this line of inquiry into investigating professional sports teams.
Well, I started off a lot like you. I was a fan of professional sports, the NFL, the NHL, Major League Baseball. And what happened was, as I got older, I started not believing what the leagues were telling me, because I realized that the leagues, all the leagues, have the ability to control everything that surrounds the sports. I mean, they have the ability to control the media that covers the sports. They have the ability actually to control, the players themselves, the referees, the coaches, the owners. They have the ability to control everything. And I wondered, well, if they have such control, why can't they control what happens out on the field? Because that's what means the most to them. That's what their product is. That's what they're selling to the fans. So why can't they control that when they have the very, very real ability to do so? And once I kind of got that notion in my head, that the idea that these leagues could manipulate or even outright fix their own games, I started chasing after it, because I began to realize that no one else, especially in the sports media world, a lot of these journalists in the sports media world on ESPN, in Sports Illustrated, and elsewhere, really don't do a lot of investigative reporting onto the sports they cover. And so I wondered how much was being overlooked, how much was being ignored, and was it all just really, in a way, propaganda for the major sports leagues? And so I took it upon myself to kind of investigate this and thrust myself into this world, whether they wanted me or not.
Well, and I think that's probably crossed the mind of most serious professional sports fans, because you watch sports and then you watch ESPN or these channels, and seriously, when a controversial call comes up, they may discuss it back and forth, but they end up backing whichever league that penalty occurred in. And it also seems, I know that you tweeted this out today, like Oberman just made a pretty brilliant commentary this morning about how we are moving to a future where really the leagues control the sports commentary in total.
Well, and it's not surprising. I mean, what people I don't think completely understand is like the NFL. The NFL makes about $10 to $11 billion a season in revenue. And $6 billion of that or so all comes from the major television networks. I mean, they are funded by 4 of the 6 major media conglomerates in the United States. I mean, ESPN gives them over $100 billion a year alone for Monday Night Football, which equates to over $100 million a game ESPN pays for Monday Night Football. And so when you have, the major networks literally funding the NFL, how much investigative work are they going to do into uncovering, all the NFL's dirty secrets, when in fact they'd be shooting themselves in the foot to do so? I mean, it doesn't behoove ESPN in any way, shape, or form to investigate the NFL or investigate the NBA and truly do hard-hitting investigative work onto what may be going on behind the scenes when they're giving those leagues over $1 billion a year. I mean, I think it's just obvious that these are, very good business ties that both have made, and they're not going to upset each other by doing such work.
The NFL is a nonprofit. So is the PGA Tour, so is NHL, the Professional Rodeo Cowboy Association. That's ludicrous. I mean, the fact that the NFL is a nonprofit stinks to high heaven. Am I wrong?
No, I completely agree with you, because obviously if they're making $11 billion a year in revenue, they're not giving it away all to charity. I mean, they are profiting, and in a major way, they just know how to set up their business. And that's the key term most fans don't recognize, is this is a business. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, in fact, and there's a lot of other businesses that have, made their fortune on the back. You look at Under Armour and Nike and Gatorade and all these other companies that become official sponsors of the NBA or official sponsors of the NFL. They are all making money off of this entity, and for it to be nonprofit is ludicrous.